And then from that curiosity and that observation, start to manage your breath by inhaling through the nostrils. Exhale out an open mouth. And then inhaling through the nostrils through a closed mouth. The chest rises, the belly expands out, and then exhale, retract the belly back in. Exhale back out through the nostrils through a closed mouth. Inhaling fully and exhale completely. And if you get distracted away from the breath, that's okay. Don't be too hard on yourself. Be a little gentle on the distraction and then come right back to the breath as your focus. And then from your breath, shift over to your intention. And your intention might be something to do with the solar plexus. And that might be, I am strong, I am courageous, or I stand in my power. Any of those that feel right around your desire, your destiny, your will. It's kind of like our willpower here. And perhaps I am whole or I am worthy might be a good mantra or intention for you. Start to bring it into the breath. Bring that intention and mantra into the breath and create this aliveness in the breath with it. Make it alive. It's almost like putting an oxygen mask on it so that it creates this life force in it. And start to bring it more into the body with some movement and just notice how the body wants to move. Don't think about your movements, just let the body move. And moving it organically, authentically, without wondering if it's right or wrong. And then bring the chin towards the chest. And then bring the hands over the solar plexus area. It's kind of where that rib cage kind of comes together. Just placing your hands over that. Feeling the rise and fall through that area. And then on the next inhale, and bring the hands out as far as your reach can go. And then on the exhale, bring the hands back to the solar plexus. Inhale, reaching the arms out. And bring them back in. This has a lot to do with so many different modalities. Tai Chi, Qigong, even Taekwondo, a lot of the martial arts taps into your chi power, and that's coming from the solar plexus. One more. And placing the hands right over the solar plexus. And then sweep the arms up high. Exhale over to the right side. Come down on the right palm or the forearm. Reach it over. Guide the left hip into the earth. And inhale, press up. Exhale to the opposite side. Come down in the palm or the forearm. Reach it over. Guide the right hip into the earth. And inhale up over to the right. We're going to move back and forth from right to left and left to right. Feel free to move through this faster or slower. And one more. Inhale, reach the arms up high. And exhale over to the right side. Bring that right hand behind the right hip, left hand over the left knee, and use that as leverage to lift tall and twist. Right shoulder comes back, gazes towards the side wall or perhaps all the way behind you. And release, inhale, lift high. Exhale to the left. Lift tall. Use that left palm as leverage to press into the mat and lift the spine. And release to center. Inhale, lift high. Exhale to the right side. And we're moving from right to left and left to right. Move through this faster or slower. Sometimes it just feels good to hold things a little bit longer. So listening to your own body and what it's needing. One more. Come back to center. Inhale, lift the arms up high. Exhale, forward. Come down on the fingertips, palms, maybe the forehead. And draw the tailbone down and back to kind of lengthen and stretch through the lower back. And then walk the hands over to the right. Maybe place that left hand on top of the right. And walk it back to center, over to the left. Maybe place your right hand on the left. And back to center, rounding up through the back. And releasing the legs. Bring the heels straight out, little karate chops, or you can make a fist and do a little pounding on the legs. Sometimes that just gets the circulation going back in and it feels good. Draw the heels in, coming into a squat. We're not here for too long. We're guiding the heels down and they may or may not touch, and that's okay. And shift forward into tabletop. Hands come right underneath the shoulders. Knees are right underneath the hips. Knees are hip distance apart. And first come into cow. Release the belly down towards the earth. Lift through the heart and hips. Lengthen through the neck. And come into cat stretch. Rounding through the back. Tuck and scoop through the pelvis. Bring the chin in. And release into cow. Inhaling and exhaling. Move through this, your breath, your pace. One more. And back to neutral. Plank. Bring the hands forward, the legs come back. The balls of the feet are right underneath the heels. Feet are hip distance apart. Spread the fingers nice and wide to create that solid foundation, keeping the hips down and not high. And we come right up into downward dog. Lift the hips up high. And then pedal this out if that feels good for you, or reach a leg, or press through the heel. Explore and feel this out in your body, what you need to do, and it might look totally different than your last practice. And float or step the feet forward, forward fold. The whole upper body hangs loose. Bend the knees a little or even a lot. Maybe shake the head yes and no, shrug the shoulders back and forth, let the world drop away. And halfway lift, flat back. The hands might come on the shins or further down. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale forward. Bend the knees a little, roll it up one segment at a time. Once you get to the top, inhale, sweep the arms up high. Exhale, press the palms together, heart center. Inhale, lift, mini back bend, open up in cactus arms. The arms are bent and we're lifting up through the chest and drawing the elbows back. Gaze is slightly up. Inhale, reach, lift, lengthen. Exhale, halfway down, bend the knees a little bit, palms face up in airplane. Exhale, forward fold, beautiful, halfway lift. Exhale, forward, press back to plank. Spread the fingers nice and wide. We're creating strength here. This is absolutely working on the solar plexus. So if there's self-doubt that comes in here, just take an eraser and erase that self-doubt. You are stronger than you know. Even if the physical body wants to bring the knees down, you are still strong, even when the body shakes. And we're just here for 3, 2, and 1. The knees come down, the chest comes down, the chin comes down, tuck the elbows in. Baby cobra, lift up through just the upper chest. Draw the elbows in, draw the shoulders down and away from the ears. Exhale forward, press up to plank, downward dog. One full breath in, one full breath out. The right leg reaches high towards the sky. Draw the right leg forward, lunge. Right knee is over the right ankle. We're back on the back ball of the foot. We're not here for long. We're just kind of stretching through the hip flexors. And step the left leg forward, forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale forward. Inhale, reach, lift, lengthen all the way up. Exhale, heart center, press through the palms, press through the fingertips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, mini back bend. Inhale, reach. Exhale, halfway down, bend the knees a little bit. Palms face up and forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward. Press back to plank. Hold it here. Hold it here. And we're just here for 3, for 2, and 1. Knees come down, chest comes down, chin comes down, baby cobra. We're going to explore this a little bit by straightening out the arms a little bit more and maybe even lowering, and maybe lifting and lowering, or staying in your cobra. Whatever feels best for you to hold it or move through this. And whenever you feel done here, press up to plank, downward dog. 1 full breath in, 1 full breath out. The left leg reaches high towards the sky. Bring the left leg forward, lunge on this side. Left knee over the left ankle, reach the right leg all the way back. Reach out through the crown of the head, and the right leg comes forward, forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale forward. Inhale, reach, lift, lengthen all the way up. Exhale, heart center, press through the palms. Inhale up, exhale, mini back bend. Inhale, reach, exhale, halfway down airplane. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale forward, press back to plank, hold it here. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Knees come down, chest comes down, tuck those elbows in, baby cobra or cobra. Press up to plank, downward dog. 1 full breath in, 1 full breath out. The right leg reaches high towards the sky. Draw the right knee in towards the nose. Bring that thigh as close to the chest as you can get. Exhale, the right leg reaches high towards the sky. Draw the right knee in towards the nose. Round through the back. Exhale, press it out. The right leg comes forward, crescent lunge. We're back on the back ball of the foot. Stabilize here first. And once you get stable, lift up through the chest, and then inhale, reach the arms up high. Shoulders stay soft. And the hands come together, back at heart center. And we're twisting open to the right. Bring that right elbow up towards the sky. The left elbow is on the outside of the right leg. Hands are towards the heart. You can always bring the back knee down if that feels better in your body. We're just here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale back to center. And then start to shift the weight. Here's the challenge, right? Because we're already doing a lot of work on the right leg. Start to lift up and shift the weight to the right foot and land it back down. And yes, we're all gonna wobble. That's just the nature of this sequence and this posture. And whenever you feel like you're gonna get there, come into warrior 3, lifting and holding through the back leg. Pressing through the left heel, hands are at heart center, or maybe out to the side for balance or behind. Then land the back leg down, and yes, we will probably wobble. Come back to crescent lunge. And then open up through the arms, spin the back heel for warrior 2. Check your adjustments here. Right knee is over the right ankle. That right foot is straight forward. Shoulders are soft. Reverse warrior. Right palm lifts high. Left arm behind the left leg or behind the back. Keep the front leg bent. Right knee over the right ankle. Reach, lift, lengthen from the right hip all the way to the right fingertips. And back to warrior two. Come back on the back ball of the foot. So we're lifting the arms up high. Here's the challenge here. And we're gonna come up, bring the arms down, sweep it up into chair. Sink the hips low, lift the chest high. You're probably feeling a lot on the right leg. Yes. Come all the way down, bring the hips down, and then we're gonna rock it and come into that chair. So rock, come back up, pop up into chair. And that might not quite look like that. It might look like here. It might look like this. And that's okay. Too, you can always do that. And we're gonna do that twice. Yes, do that twice. Beautiful, have fun with this. No judgment, no self-doubt about like where you're at with this. Yeah, yeah, beautiful. Nice, everyone. Yes, yes, yes. And then we're gonna meet in chair. Find your chair. Sink low, lift the chest high. Hands come towards the heart. Forward fold. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale forward. Press back to plank, hold it here. Notice the right leg versus the left leg. And we're just here for 3, 2, 1. The knees come down, the chest comes down, the chin comes down, and draw the arms down to the side of the body. Rest on one cheek or the other. Let the hips go. Take this little opportunity to let go. Check in with your breath. Check in with your intention. Notice where you might have been too hard on yourself. If you couldn't do something, or if you could do it really well, just let go of any judgment about that. And then lifting up through the head, reach back through the left heel. So that left hand is going to come on top of the left top of the foot. Draw the knees together. And then you can hold it here or reach for the right foot. We're not going to come up into full bow. We're just guiding the heels down towards the hips. Use this as leverage and maybe lift up a little bit through the chest. And release it down. Press back to child's pose, lift up, press the hips back, reach the arms out, relax the forehead down. And check in, take a deep breath in, maybe an open mouth exhale. And pull through the palms, tabletop, plank, downward dog. One full breath in, one full breath out. Left leg reaches high. Draw the left knee in towards the nose, round through the back. Exhale, press the left leg high. Knee to nose, bring it in. Exhale, press it out. The left leg comes forward, crescent lunge. Left knee over the left ankle, reach the right leg long. We're in the back ball of the foot, stabilize here, and then inhale, lift high. Shoulders stay soft and away from the ears. Hands come towards the heart. Twist open to the left. So we're twisting, twisting, twist. Twist from the lower part of the rib cage. Use that right hand or right arm to leverage the twist. Left elbow comes high. Engage the back leg. And inhale back to center. Lift the arms up high and start to shift the weight to the left foot. So lifting and lowering. Lift and lower. You can bring the hands at heart center if that feels better, more stable for you. And whenever you feel like you're done wobbling, come up to warrior three. Lift through the back leg. Hands at heart center, out to the side, wherever it feels like you can get your balance. And land the back leg back down. Stabilize and come into warrior two. So we're spinning the back heel, opening up through the arms, opening up through the shoulders and the hips. That left knee's over the left ankle, left foot straight forward. Reverse warrior, left palm comes high, right arm behind the leg or behind the back. Keeping that bend in the front leg. And back to warrior two arms. Come back on the back ball of the foot. Inhale, lift the arms up high for crescent lunge. And then bring that right leg up to chair. Sink the hips low. Lift the chest high. You can always bring the hands to heart center too if that feels better for you. And then bring the hips all the way down, rock, and roll it back up to chair. And do this as many times as it feels fun for you, or not. But tap into that vulnerability, right? Be vulnerable here, because this is a hard posture. This is a hard one at any age. Beautiful. One more, and we're gonna meet in chair. Sink the hips low, lift the chest high. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Hands come towards the heart. Forward fold, let that go. Deep breath in. Side out. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale forward. Press back to plank. Hold it here. For 3, for 2, 1. Knees come down, chest comes down, and then come all the way down. Rest the arms down on the side of the body. Rest on one cheek or the other. Relax the glutes. Maybe even rock the hips side to side to let go of any built up tension. And notice if you're feeling it in the breath, you might take a deep breath in and an open mouth sigh out. Bow pose. One more time for bow. Reach back through the top of the foot. Draw the knees towards one another. Reach back through both feet if you would like. You can stay here, or if you want to express a little bit more, lift up. Use that leverage to press the tops of the feet into the palms to lift. And we're just here for 3. Lifting higher for 2. Higher for 1. Exhale, release it down. Press back to child's pose. Lift up. Press it back. Check in with the breath. Check in with your intention. And pull through the palms, tabletop plank, downward dog. 1 full breath in, 1 full breath out. Float or step the feet forward into forward fold. Taking a little bit deeper forward fold. Maybe you create these box arms, opposite hand to opposite elbow. Maybe you tuck the hands underneath the feet. Relax the head away from the back of the neck. Soften all the muscles in the face, the forehead, the cheeks, the lips, the jaw, the eyelids. Let it go. And releasing that deeper forward fold. And come back to a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale forward. Inhale, chair, sink the hips low, lift the chest high. And we're just here for 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down onto your hips. And then come right up into boat. Lift up through the legs. And yes, that's probably gonna feel wobbly. Lift the chest. Legs are bent in this L shape. Arms reach out, or even bring the hands behind the knees for support. And if that still doesn't feel right in your body for whatever reason, maybe you had a tailbone injury, or you're just working on your core, you can always bring the hands behind for support, or even come all the way down on the forearms. And we're lifting up through the chest. And then tap the right toe down, lift the left leg high. We're just tapping it here. And then switching. Tap the left toe, lift the right leg, and switch, 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 switch. Inhale, exhale. Again, if this doesn't feel right in the body, you can always bring the hands behind or on the forearms. Sometimes that's just all it takes to create a little bit more comfort in where this needs to be felt. And it should be in the core, in the belly, and not the hip flexors. We're just here for 3, 2, 1. Canoe. We're hovering the legs over the mat, lifting through the chest. We're just here for 3. Lifting higher for 2, 1. Exhale it down and relax. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Let it go. Maybe give yourself a little smile there, because that is not easy to do. And bridge pose. Bending through the knees, palms come face down. Fingertips are almost touching the heels, or maybe even touching the heels. Those feet are straight forward. And scoop through the pelvis, draw the lower back into the earth, and press down through the heels and the palms, lift up through the hips, the belly, the chest. And we're holding here, lifting. Exhale, roll it down from the upper to middle to lower back, release through the scoop. And then scoop through the pelvis, roll it up, lifting, pressing into the heels. And exhale, lowering, moving through a couple of these. You can move through this faster or slower. Maybe it just feels good for you to hold it in a spot. This is always your practice. How do you stay in your power? How do you stand in your power with your practice? And we move through one more, and we're gonna hold it there. If you want, you can roll the shoulders under and start to press the palms together. And slowly releasing from the upper to middle to lower back, coming down. And then releasing in the way that feels best for you. That might be releasing the knees side to side. It might be coming in butterfly, or perhaps suspension bridge. I like suspension bridge by bringing the hands to the knees and giving the knees a little squeeze, keeping the arms straight. That just feels the best in my body, but every body is so beautifully shaped so differently, and something else might feel better for you. Nice work, everyone. And keeping the soles of the feet into the mat, hip distance apart. Bring that right leg straight up towards the sky. Press through the right heel and draw the toes down towards the belly. And you can stay here or start to hug that straight leg in towards the belly. Hands could be behind the knee or perhaps up at the right foot. Or if you have a strap, sometimes that strap just feels really good on the ball of the foot. And then coming into supine pigeon. Bring that right ankle over the left knee, create that figure 4 shape, and then flex the right foot. Let the hip adjust here first. You can stay here or start to hug the left knee in towards the chest. Lengthen through the neck just so the head isn't arched back. Soften all the muscles in the face. And then releasing the left foot down into the mat, keeping that leg crossed there, arms come into a T, so we're in the figure 4 still. And then bring that right foot over to the left side. So we're gonna land that right foot over, creating this figure 4 twist. Your gaze might be up towards the sky or over to the right hand. And this is a super subtle twist. You might not feel a whole lot, and sometimes that's just okay to not have to get into it so deeply. Let this be soft and subtle. Inhale back to center. Release the right leg. Keeping that right sole of the foot in the mat, the right leg is bent. And then bring that left leg straight up towards the sky. Press into the left heel, draw the toes down towards the belly. Then start to draw the left straight leg into the chest. You can use your hands behind the knee to draw it in, or reach up at the left big toe, or use that strap on the ball of the foot to guide your straight leg in. Soften the shoulders, soften the jaw. And then bring that left ankle over the right knee. Flex the left foot for this supine pigeon in that figure 4. Adjust the left hip and stay here or hug the right knee in towards the chest. Hands might be behind the knee. Lengthen through the neck, do that little chin tuck. Continuing to gently flex the left foot. And release the right foot down, arms come into a T. Bring that left sole of the foot over to the right, creating this gentle twist. Gaze is up towards the sky or over to the left. And inhale back to center. Release the left leg. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Press the heels straight up towards the sky. Happy baby, knees come wide. Pressing the hands into the soles of the feet. Draw the tailbone down. Lengthen through the neck. Soften the shoulders. And taking these moments to explore happy baby in whatever way feels best for you. It might be rocking side to side, maybe straightening out a leg or both legs. Really no right or wrong here. This is about tapping into your power of the body, of what it is asking for. The soles of the feet come together in butterfly, knees come wide. Guide the heels in towards the groin. You can keep the heels up here or perhaps bring the heels down towards the mat. Either way. Draw the knees together like you're closing up a book. Bring the soles of the feet into the mat. Arms into a T. Release the knees over to the right side. Relax the glutes. Maybe even kind of pressing into the right hip, almost like you're pushing in to get this little massage on the right hip. Inhale to center, exhale to the left side. Inhale back to center and windshield wipering it back and forth, side to side. And maybe even open back and butterfly in the middle. And see how soft you can get through this, just relaxing and letting those legs flow side to side, not really working too hard at this. Let it just flop side to side. Come back to neutral and straightening out the legs, and then start to rock the heels side to side. We're kind of windshield wipering the feet side to side. And maybe you do it a little faster. Maybe that rain's coming down harder. Or maybe you go slower. And then just kind of shaking out the legs and the feet. And take a moment to prepare for deep relaxation. If there's any other thing that you would like to do in the body to just kind of let it come down, feel free to do that. And as you prepare, you may want to put your socks back on, jacket back on, or a blanket over the body. And so many ways to come into Shavasana. You can do legs straight on your back or knees bent, or legs up a chair, couch. That's a beautiful restoration. And starting Shavasana with the breath. Let's take 3 deep breaths in, 3 sighs out. Breath in, sigh it out and open mouth. 2 more. One more. Allowing yourself to repeat whatever mantra is going to resonate most with you. I stand in my power. Maybe even placing the hands over the solar plexus and maybe one hand over the heart or one hand over the belly. Whatever one feels most like it might resonate with you. The fire within me burns through all blocks and fears. I have a lot to offer the world. I am whole. I am worthy. I am strong and courageous. I have the power to decide what's best for me. I stand up for myself. When we show our vulnerability and still are able to stand in our own power and worth, we create this balance and wholeness within ourselves. Please stay here as long as you so desire. Or wiggling the fingers and the toes, drawing the knees in towards the chest and rolling to your side. Use your arm as a pillow. Allow the body to readjust here. Staying here as long as you would like, or slowly arriving back up to a seated position. There's no rush, there's no hurry. Bringing the hands towards the heart. Inhale, lifting high to the sky. Exhale the hands to the forehead, to the mouth, heart center, and down to the solar plexus. And the wholeness and strength in me is inspired and honored by the wholeness and the strength in each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed